Greetings, friends. Guru Mayor here with another episode of A Touch of Emotional Liberation. So, quick review. It's going to be a 20-minute class with an 11-minute practice where we can be a little freer with our emotions and because of our emotions rather than trapped in them or trapped outside of them in a non-feeling, numbed out world. Okay, so quick review. This is class 7, and we've been I've been proposing that we've all been hurt, that those hurts, those adverse experiences, those challenges leave us changed because we try to adapt to those conditions, and that emotions arise when we're upset during trauma, and they create patterns of upset we call triggered reactions now. And that emotions are key in all of this and a key to healing. So today, we also looked at beliefs, how beliefs are formed that drive these, beliefs are formed in trauma, and then they drive our triggered reactions. So that's where we're at. Theoretically, I hope we've covered those points in a way that you've been able to experience them directly and work with them. So this week is the emotion desire. So we're working with 7 principal emotions: desire, fear, anger, grief, depression, guilt, and shame. And if you can learn to work with and skillfully navigate those 7 emotions, you'll be on top of the world and on top of the learning curve. Most people can't really manage those emotions very well. So desire is the emotion that detects what you need, and it gives you a lot of energy, obviously, to pursue those needs. So I want you to contemplate a truism. See if you can wrap your head around this. That every time you're upset, it's because at the root of it, there's something you need that you're not getting. Something you expected to get, something you used to get, something you need right now that's not happening. So the memorable phrase is, beneath every upset is a need not met. So I hope to help you experience that directly today. The usefulness of this information would be that when you get upset, you can examine and see, like, what is it I'm needing, the getting of which would have me be okay again, would have me be at peace, right? So think about that. But let's not just think about it. Let's use our meditative mind to experience it directly, to get, information, intuitive information, rather than just trying to figure it out all the time, which hasn't, well, if just figuring it out would have worked, it would have worked by now. But if you look at your emotionally recurring patterns, there's going to be a set of common needs in there that you can satisfy, and you're not going to get upset anymore. How about that for a promise? So what I'd like to do is a little practice with you to see if we can take that internally. So again, we're going to do some breathing and some movement that will help us embody. All of yoga is an understanding of body language and how the outside world and the inside world are reflected in our body and what we do with it. So I hope you'll have some fun with this, and the goal would be to understand yourself better, what you need, and how to get it. So let's jump right in. You ready for a little practice? Okay, so this practice, so talking about body language, Let's see if my hands are in frame. Not really, but you get it. Your arms are upstretched like you're reaching for something, okay? This is victory, straight up, victory, I won. Can be surrender too, which is also can be a victory. But this is more like, here's embracing, right? Welcoming, embracing. And here is pleading. Like, think of when a child reaches out like, mommy, pick me up. Oh, I want to reach the cookie jar. Okay? So desires, I need something. And especially the image of a child reaching for support. There's definitely a disempowerment level where the child is small, depends on the goodwill and the help, support of someone else. Well, we're all pretty much in that position. Our needs make us vulnerable, and that's one reason it's a little tricky, to ask somebody for help, to go out and seek love, seek partnership, get what you need. Needs make us feel vulnerable because I don't have it, I need it, okay? Well, we definitely need to, that's a truism, but we can cultivate an empowered sense of, I know what I need and I'm gonna do my best to go get it, and be flexible in what I end up receiving, okay? So that's important, because what we're gonna do here is, let's begin. I'll time it here. So you're reaching like this. This comes from a longer set of rebirthing. So let's go, I'll be kids, and we're reaching up, close your eyes, and we're just gonna start a swaying movement, like kind of back and forth, like a searchlight. If you're sort of reaching, searching. So close your eyes and get into this emotionally. If you want to get the impact of it, can you remember, can you bring in vulnerability? Okay, I'm timing you. This is just a little timed exercise. Then we're going to breathe. So reach up and feel, I need, I want. Many of us have mommy issues or daddy issues. Can you start remembering something? Just sway back and forth, reaching like a searchlight, like back and forth, like please, please, I need it. And can you go ahead and bring up any, might be painful, but breathe deeply and allow yourself to bring up any painful memories of, like, when yesterday, last week, or 35 years ago, you had a need and it was either neglected, directly abused, found and then lost, need, not fulfilled. So please just spend a few minutes going into that feeling. It's not a pleasant feeling. It's sort of a powerless, helpless feeling. But we've got to go in and reanimate that if we're going to transform it. So please, just a few more minutes of swaying, reaching, and this is much more an mental emotional practice than a physical one. So you're begging, you're pleading, I need it, I want it, and just survey. You've got a lifetime of needing things. Every day it's a meal or two or three, or more cookies, or sex, or sleep, or recognition, or money, or love and support. We've got very definite physical needs, and we've got even much more complex and sometimes hidden psychological needs. All right, you're just 2 minutes into this. Give me another strong minute. See if you can access. First, we've got to expose ourselves to the vulnerability of our needs and our desires. So now, breathe deeply, move with it, and feel neediness. Like, please, I want it, I need it. There's nothing to be embarrassed about. There's nothing wrong with it. We all have a million conditions to sustain us. First, just physical survival, and then, thriving, happiness, fulfillment, satisfaction. Okay? So you into it with me? Just come on, just a little more. Like, can you just see a whole panorama of a lifetime of things you need? It's not a weakness. Just please recognize it. And coming up to the end now. All right. Now inhale deeply. Reach, really reach. Like, okay? But transform in this next 10 seconds. Go from sort of a weak neediness to I acknowledge, accept my needs, and I take responsibility for them. I shall do the best I can to know and achieve what will make me happy. Okay, exhale. Hands over the heart center, left first, then the right. Now breathe with me, please, in the following way. In through a puckered lips, kissy lips. Long and deep, and out through the nose. You'll feel it cool on the lips, the teeth, maybe into the mouth, all the way into the throat, and then exhale. Listen to the sound. Focus, be here now. You're like a suction cup, a vacuum cleaner. Yes, you need things and you're drawing them in. So there you are. One of your most urgent basic needs to survive is to have air. So air is the immediate need, but life is the deeper need. I want air so that I may live. And I want plenty of air so that I may relax and thrive. So feed yourself now, this most basic need, feed yourself. And then the exhale, sort of a confident, satisfying sound. Feel like, I've got it. I'm so wealthy with my need of air that I can let it go. I can let some out. I don't have to hold on to it. So move in this way, taking in and letting go, letting out. So you feel in every breath cycle, yes, if I'm going to live, I need to get what I need. And when I have it, then I can relax and I can let it out and I can be generous. I don't need to hold on. All right? So because we've all been, we're really, to some extent, mildly or otherwise, traumatized by how badly we need things. So, but I want you to, before we were in the vulnerability of it, now you're breathing and feeling the possibility of it, the capability. Yes, I need air. That, I have to be honest, that makes me somewhat fragile and vulnerable. But now watch, I can do a lot. In the face of my mortality, I can do a lot. God willing, universe willing, I can take care of myself. So move from the begging into the responsible adulting, achieving, as a model for your mind of, yes, I need, and I can get. Please keep breathing deeply. You can add a little light vocalization, just a little light sighing sound, or maybe it's just the air sound. That's a very, when you exhale and hear that up in your nasal cavities, it's a strong, confident sound. From the time we were truly incapable of taking care of ourselves, through the many years of not fully fulfilling ourselves or not having what we want, there's this imprint of powerlessness. So reprint now, overlay, overwrite, reprint now It's okay that I need. I must know what I need, and then I'll go about taking care of it. I've done it so far. You've done it all the years you've lived so far, somehow. Not to your fullest extent. You can do better at it, but let's switch. A few more minutes, folks. 7, 10. I think this is 6 minutes is going to be enough. Now, there's one more, keep breathing, there's one more aspect of desire I want you to interface with now, and that is with your kissy lips, right? So what are kissy lips? When you're kissing, when you're tasting, right? It's highly sensitive, pleasurable. So now, the interface of pleasure, desire, it's fraught. Desire is a fraught thing in us and in society. Guilt, shame, overdoing it, underdoing it, self-denial, self-indulgence. Oh my God. But now that you're breathing, you've got some crystal clarity dawning, right? Neutral mind, just see the whole gamut of pleasure. What's your relationship to pleasure? Is it okay for you to have a need for pleasure and fulfill it, to feel pleasure? It's a complicated relationship most of us have. So in these last few minutes, and we're going to go, I think we're going to go a full 11 here, please. All right? 7, 10. Yeah, just a few more minutes. Now, so relate through the feeling on your lips and the relationship in your body to puckering, to kissing. I want you to venture in this very contained experiment. Just a few more minutes. The world of pleasure and your relationship to it. Fun, pleasure, joy, deliciousness in all your senses, right? Might have food issues, sex issues, maybe we're just super hardworking, serious. So I'm not diagnosing you, I'm asking you to self-assess. What's my by me inviting you to feel the pleasure of your lips and breathing, it'll open up your relationship to this whole world of desire. Do I overindulge? Am I much too puritanistic with it? And maybe not in all areas, but in one particular area. Okay. 2 more minutes will do it here. Keep breathing. And you can see what I'm doing is I'm talking a lot. Not everybody likes me talking over their meditation, but rather than just breathing and blissing, that's fun too. But we're doing work here, and we're using the effect on your brain and mind of this deep breathing to gain more clarity, more understanding, more awareness. So I'm just cueing you to look into some very specific areas, all right? So I'm going to give you a full minute of silence to breathe and explore without me interfering. Go. I'm sure you're practicing privately, so just make sounds if you want to. Now, I hope for you in this last minute, you could move from begging to fulfilling, and now just be in contentment. Be in the part of the cycle of hunger, eating, and then satisfaction, the satisfaction part. I need, I got, I am. I needed, I pursued, I achieved. Now, peace, I am. I'm complete. And eventually I'm complete even when I'm hungry. That opens the door to desirelessness. All right, here we go now. One little last piece of self-analysis. Inhale deeply and hold the breath. And just hold and tighten your body. Press your hands. Raise your chest against your hands so you're proud, you're full, you're holding, you're solid. Powerfully exhale through the mouth. Inhale again. And press, hold firm. Your whole body's just strong, tight, nice and solid. Blow it out and inhale. And here we go. Exhale, relax. Relax your hands down. Stay in the interior space. Eyes closed, very still, quiet mind. Contentment. Fulfillment. Feel that your undisturbable state is, I'm complete. Now, one last investigation. From this state that I think most of you are pretty peaceful, pretty clear, feeling contentment, feeling full. Are you willing to stay here and bring to mind a recent time when you were really upset? Something made you highly activated, emotional. Okay? So it'll reactivate you just slightly, but keep your cool, keep your calm, keep your distance, watch, feel. And listen. Listen inside and to the answer to this question. What was it I was needing that when I wasn't getting it, I got upset? Don't think, just your body knows. Your whole being knows what you need. Can you see that? Do you take responsibility for it? It's not their fault that you have a need that they didn't meet unless they broke a promise or betrayed. But even then, it's still your need. And can you get better once you say, this is my need, I own it, I honor it, and I'm gonna do better? Universe can't always give you everything you want right when you want it, but you've lived this long, so I think you can do all right. And even better when you know what you need and go get it. All right, so inhale deeply, exhale, relax. Whew. And here we are. If you learned something in my talk or in your own meditation, it's the best place to learn. Make a few notes, because generally once you learn something about yourself, it might take a little while to act on that inner wisdom, that knowledge. So that's what I wanted to share with you today. We'll be back next time for one more 8th and final class dealing with emotional liberation. Please visit me at emotional-liberation.com, and you can see my new book and my courses, and maybe you want to learn more. I've got a book launch on February 1st. Contact me at Guru Merit Senses of the Soul, and let me invite you to that virtual book launch, and we'll have some fun. All right, thank you, and until next time, take care of your emotional self.